Hi everybody, this is Sujan Shan. Hi everybody, this is Sujan Shan. I'm the founder of New Release Condo. Today I'm going to talk about Maverick Condos coming very soon on King Street, 333 King Street West. Literally steps away from TIFF building, which is Toronto International Film Festival. If you go back in 10 years, how Toronto King Street West transformed, and if you look at the average pricing what we are currently selling, you will be amazed. So it's always our investors ask the question, when is the best time to invest? I would say today is better than tomorrow, and if you go back in 5 years, we always say, I wish I should have invested. So there's an opportunity for you guys to invest it right now. Currently we are offering an amazing investment opportunity at Maverick Condos. If you look at what we used to sell at Bisha Condos or Nobu, at King Blue, right at corner of John and King Street, or even 8 Charlotte Street by Great Gulf. There's so many buildings which I have personally sold, and investors have made tremendous amount of investment opportunities and made money out of it. So there is an opportunity again coming by Empire Communities, giving you the opportunity, and I'm the approved platinum broker for the developer. And we will be interviewing today Mr. Dan Floman. He is the Executive Vice President, and he have given the opportunity for us to interview as well, to talk about certain stuff about what is happening in the NTO market and how they are giving the access, early access to the platinum approved brokers. So stay tuned, and I will be introducing more details about the project and the opportunities. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is Sujan Shan. I'm the founder of New Release Condo. I have a pleasure meeting Dan Floman. He's the Executive Vice President of Empire Communities.
It's a pleasure meeting you too.
Thank you, Dan. And
I'm joking when I say meet you, because we've done business for like almost 20 years, and you've been one of my star agents who've worked with me. So
thank you, Dan. You know, especially I still remember selling U condos, and now if you look at the price per square foot, what has been in the market, that it's the most expensive condo in the market currently.
Yeah, we've done a lot of business, and your clients have generally made a lot of money, and even the ones that didn't make a lot of money made a lot of money.
Yes, yes, indeed. Now let's talk about Maverick now today. Sure. We are here to discuss about Maverick that is right on the heart of entertainment district on King Street next to TIFF. So why, as an investor point of view, why to choose this building compared to what is relatively happening in the around this area as well, in terms of, because a lot of clients comes and ask, Sujan, is it the right time to buy now or maybe later? That's the first question, and then they ask a question, shall I buy assignment units because of what is available in the market, or why should I choose pre-construction right now?
So listen, I'll give you some general things. Let's take a start with what is the Maverick. The Maverick condo is a unique condo. It's not like any other building I've ever done before. It's not only in the heart of what's King West Village, it is the heart of King West Village. For a Canadian term, we often call it center ice. You're never going to repeat this location. When we say it's directly across from the Toronto International Film Festival, we literally mean it is directly across the street. It's not down the area, whatnot. So King West is a broad area. We are the heart of King West. You walk out the building and you can walk to some of the best restaurants, theater, and entertainment. You don't even have to get in an Uber unless you're lazy like me, and I'll still get into an Uber. You know, when you think also about what the greatest amenity, I'm going to take a little step back here and talk about what I think the greatest amenity of this building is and why you should buy this building in particular. I am a Canadian, I'm a fourth generation Canadian, and I don't think a lot of people really appreciate that the greatest amenity is actually the city of Toronto. You know, when you look at the nightlife, the food, the multiculturalism that allows us the greatest foods from around the world, you know, that's the greatest thing that Toronto is. And the best part of this building's amenity is that you're in the center of all of that. And as I mentioned earlier, you walk out your door and you're there. So when you ask, maybe your investor clients say, is this the right time? Should I buy pre-con versus assignments? I think you got to start by saying, should I buy Toronto? And I think the answer is yes. Then you got to say, where in Toronto should I buy? So, you know, there's different types of buildings out there, unique buildings that have a flair of architecture. There's some buildings that have a great location, and there's some buildings that have future price appreciation that we both know is going to happen. It's rare that all three of these things can be found in one building, which the Maverick does have.
Sorry to interrupt, just like you said, the future appreciation, like what the King Street or King West has transformed in the last 10 years into amazingly.
So you know, the old line goes, when was the best time to buy? And as a person who's been in this business for 27 years, the best time to buy is always 5 years ago. It doesn't matter, I don't know if you, it's an expression I've always used, it doesn't matter when you buy, but 5 years ago, if you had bought that same building, it would have been worth more. And I truly believe that with respect to this, especially if they go through you to buy with us, because you're one of our elite brokers, you have first access to the building, your clients, and you for that matter, are getting the lowest prices that we're going to be offering. I will guarantee you that we will not be selling out this building. It is not in our nature to sell out a building in one day. Other builders are like that. Why do we not do that? We also appreciate that the first people in have to see an appreciation, and we will gradually raise prices even during the pre-construction stage of it. Obviously, post-construction prices are that much higher as well. So, you know, some people may think to buy assignments, but they're not buying the lowest pricing. Now, to somebody who wants to live in a specific building and wants a specific unit, maybe that's their only avenue to buy into that building. But because of your access to this building, your clients will have the opportunity of buying the units that they're looking for and get the best prices. And to me, that's a critical component. Over the time, King West, we know that there's other buildings that will be coming down the pipeline. They are all set to be at higher prices than the building that is Maverick, my building. And so, you know, just being in the area alone, you'll see appreciation on pricing based on the future buildings that will come down the pipeline. Again, they'll be very different. Nothing will have this location and the finishes and the facilities that we're offering within this building.
Awesome. Why don't we talk about the builder who's, you know, have they done any project in the past? And because most of the time, as an investor point of view, they may say what they've been hearing in the market right now currently. Unfortunately, like a couple of projects has been called off and saying, you know what, they are not wrong or building in that site. So people may have a fear, okay, who's the builder? Have they done in the business in the past?
So let me give you the breakdown. So we are in our 25th year, Empire Communities, and the roots of this company actually go back more than 50 years with a company called York Excavating. The majority of us and the executive board and the ownerships are also multi-generation people in the business. My late father was one of the largest electrical contractors in Canada. The owners of Empire, their uncle and one of their fathers, who actually helped start the company Empire, you know, have a history in the industry going back, like I said, over 50 years on the excavating side. The owners of this business have also been in this business since the beginning. They didn't acquire the company, they formed the company. We have built condos and houses throughout Ontario. We're one of the largest builders in Ontario. A lot of people don't realize that because a lot of our building is in Southwest Ontario, known as the Greater Golden Horseshoe. We are one of the largest builders in Niagara Falls and Brantford, Hamilton, Caledonia, just as examples of other locations we were built in. As far as condos, we focus most of our condos in Toronto. We have done some work in condos in Oakville, but in Toronto, we've built condos in Richmond Hill called Vineyards and Vintages, 3 buildings there. We built at Yonge and Finch called C Condos and Continental. We built the modern downtown on Sherbourne Street. And then our claim to fame is Beyond the Sea before, which you and I have met at, and you've done very well with us and your clients did very well, which was 3 towers over 800 units and won an International Architecture Award. We're currently under construction on the tallest tower on the water. It's not the tallest tower in Canada, but it's the tallest tower on the water in Canada, which is a 67-story tower, and beside it is a sister building of 50 stories. It's 1,280 units between the 2 towers. That's under construction right now. You know, we have this building, and we also have another building that we are going to be selling around the same time in the next few weeks in Etobicoke. So we have a long history of building.
Which is Phoenix.
which is Phoenix.
I will talk about probably.
I will tell you one of the key components is that we're also our own builder. So we don't hire a third-party general contractor to build our stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with a third-party builder. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. But we have our own controls. So we understand our costs. We understand our benefits. And so when we launch a project, we ensure ourselves, at least in our minds, that the project is going to be completed, that it's not going to be one of those few, and they are very few, exceptions to the rule that do cancel.
Control the controllable.
We have a lot of control over our own destiny because we are our own builders.
All right. So let's talk about in terms of amenities. What's so special about Maverick social as well certain amenities?
So I've been fortunate to travel and live in other parts of the world. I've got to see Dubai and London and New York and Hong Kong, Macau and whatnot. And one of the things that we brought back from international cities that we don't have in Toronto is what we're coining the social architect of the building. We are engaging with a person, and their job, for lack of a better word, is to curate or create, again, for lack of a better word, events for the residents. So let's say there's a new restaurant opening. Their job would be to try to get a pool of tables together that the residents of the building could then eat at that new superstar restaurant. The residents still have to pay as they go for the event, but their job would be to curate it, to create it. The AGO is going to have an event, a new exhibit. Maybe they can get us in front of the line, or at least create a night event where it's the residents of the building. And that has not been done before, to have this social architect in the building. It will also help organize.
This is more like an a la carte service. They order it and they pay for it.
Well, we are going to create the events. The a la carte would be for the residents, whether it's a tenant or an owner going to the event. But they may not have access to those events without this curator, because we're going to try to do it in bulk, so that when we go to the AGO, we can guarantee 50 people coming in. That type of stuff. There still is going to be a concierge person on the main floor to welcome the guests when they come in. But the other thing is the lobby is a sky lobby. So you'll go up to the 5th floor to where the actual lobby is. And we also have a live-work area, like a WeWork. So the residents of the building, we know who they are. They're going to be the Bay Street lawyers, the self-employed people downtown, even the artist who wants to live in a downtown King Street pad. And they may want to leave their apartment to go and work somewhere. So we've got this, again, WeWork as a company, but we've got this area that they can work at, they can hang out at. It'll have a boardroom if they have a meeting and they want to bring their clients or co-workers into the building. So they can live and work in the same building, but not necessarily live and work in the same apartment, which is important. The other little secret that we haven't told too many people is, it goes back to what I said, being the fact that you walk out the door and you can walk to the best restaurants in the theater. Well, a lot of times you're not doing this by yourself, you're doing this with a couple of people. We have a little area in the building which we're coining the beauty bar. And let's say you want to get your hair done. I don't have to generally worry about that, but let's say you want to get your hair done and you have your 3 best girlfriends come out. You bring in your hairstylist and your mani-pedi person, and you can use this room to get ready before you go out. And now you're not having to go to a third-party location, come back to the apartment, and then go out again. You can all do it within the building. Maybe for guys, it may be a straight raise or something interesting, and that's part of the beauty of this building. We will have a great gym and there will be a beautiful lounge area, but we're doing very open concept. And to me, that is what is happening downtown. It's about living, working, partying, all kind of in the same area. And that's going to be a key component also to who your tenants, if you're selling to an investor, are going to be. You're going to be attracting people with high net worths who are looking to rent in downtown. The young Bay Street 25-year-old lawyer who's making several $100,000 a year and may not want to buy yet, but will be a great tenant. And you're probably going to get rents here that will be unmatched in that pocket.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. It's a pleasure meeting again.
It's a pleasure.
So like Dan said, always 5 years before is a better time to invest. So today's investing is always better than investing in tomorrow. So utilize this opportunity, amazing price point, and we're going to have a cater to every investors as well the end users, you're going to love it, and you're going to secure an investment where you cannot regret later on.
And can I add one thing before you sign off? Because I do want to just promote you and just say that if you are thinking about buying and you don't have a real estate agent, I strongly advise you calling Sujan and his team, because he's got access to me and will put the unit that best suits your needs, whether it's as an investment or as an end user. Remember, we are going to be, the majority of this building is not going to be sold to investors. It is going to be sold to end users. So I don't want people to think that if it's an investment building. Well, I want them to really understand that it is an end user building, but if they are buying it as an investment, we treat the tenants as though they were owners. We don't look at them as any different. If there's an issue, if there's a concern, they don't have to go through the landlord. They can deal directly with our customer care department. And that's amazing, because then the landlords who are buying it as investment will not get any of those little calls that they probably shouldn't get anyways.
Well said. There's nothing more to say. Location, location, location. Walk score 100. Transit score 100. Literally steps away from any amenities, you name it. Government buildings to restaurant to hospitals to, you know, university, everything right at the doorsteps. Utilize this opportunity. This time will never come back. So you had to invest somewhere, looking forward and saying, okay, what will be the potential in 2025? Invest now. Maverick, 333 King Street.
Pleasure. Thank you.